Hello, everyone. Today we are making something truly special, something that is just bursting with color and flavor. It's a beautiful, vibrant Burmese mixed vegetable pickle. You know that feeling, right? You open up the fridge and you've got all these little odds and ends of vegetables and you just hate the idea of them going to waste? Well, this pickle is the most amazing answer to that problem. Seriously, it's like magic. It takes those leftover bits and transforms them into something so tangy, so spicy, and just completely addictive. You're going to want to put it on everything. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Welcome to the Asian Food Diary. Okay, let's get right into making this incredible pickle. So, first things first, let's meet our cast of characters. Making a great pickle is all about that symphony of different flavors and textures, and it all starts with getting the right ingredients together. For the base, we've got this wonderful crunchy quartet. We have crisp bean sprouts and tender bamboo shoots, giving us that really satisfying texture. And then we have ivy gourd and bitter melon, and don't worry, we'll prep them in a way that tames their bitterness, leaving behind this amazing firm bite. And right here, this is the heart and soul of the whole dish. We're going to be toasting fenugreek and mustard seeds, which unlocks this deep, nutty, incredible smell. The chili powder brings that gorgeous color and a gentle warmth, and fresh curry leaves, well, they add a fragrance that is just unmistakable. Now for that fresh, pungent kick, we're going to add whole garlic cloves and green chilies. But we do it right at the very end. This is key because it keeps them crunchy and potent, so you get this little burst of heat and flavor with every single bite. And of course, what's a pickle without that tangy finish? It's what makes your mouth water. You've got a choice here. You can go with the sweet and sour depth of tamarind, or you can use the bright, zesty kick from a fresh lime. Honestly, you can't go wrong. Both are absolutely delicious. All right, we've got all our ingredients lined up. Now comes the prep work. And this is more than just chopping veggies, It's kind of like a little ritual to wake up all those amazing flavors. So we're going to tackle this in 4 main steps. First, the veggies. We'll give those gourds a little salt massage to help draw out any bitterness. Next step, we toast the spices. This is when your kitchen starts to smell absolutely divine. Then we'll grind them down into a powder to release all those fragrant oils. And finally, we get our tangy element ready, either soaking the tamarind or juicing our lime. Every single step builds another layer of flavor. It's so worth it. And listen, if there's one thing you absolutely cannot skip, it's toasting the spices. Please, don't skip this. That simple act of dry roasting the fenugreek and mustard seeds just completely changes them. It releases all their essential oils and creates that deep, complex, soulful aroma that really is the signature of this pickle. And hey, if you're having trouble finding whole fenugreek or mustard seeds, don't even worry about it. A pre-made Burmese pickle spice mix, sometimes called the nut masala, works great in a pinch. It's a fantastic shortcut that'll still get you a really, really delicious result. Okay, this is my favorite part. This is where the real alchemy happens, when all those ingredients we so carefully prepped finally come together in the pan. Let's head over to the stove. We start with a classic Burmese technique called sithat. It basically means tempering. We'll add our ground spices, chili powder, and curry leaves to some hot oil. You're going to hear this beautiful, gentle sizzle, and the fragrance that hits you, it's incredible. This step blooms the spices and creates the foundation of our pickle. So after the veggies and the tamarind go in, we let it all simmer away. But how do you know when it's done, when it's absolutely perfect? Well, there's a really important visual cue that every Burmese cook knows to look for. And it's called si pian, which literally translates to the oil returns. You see, as it cooks, the water from the vegetables evaporates, and the oil starts to separate and rise to the top. It creates this beautiful, glistening layer on the surface. That's the signal. When you see that shiny oil, you know it's done. Perfect. And the very second you see that oil return, you turn off the heat and stir in those whole garlic cloves and green chilies. The residual heat from the pan will just barely soften them, but they'll stay super crunchy and pack that fresh, pungent punch. And just like that, it's done. You've made an entire jar of pure, concentrated flavor. So now, let's talk about the best part: how to eat it, and of course, how to make sure it lasts. Now, a few simple rules are super important if you want your pickle to last. First, you have to let it cool down completely before it goes in a jar. And that jar needs to be perfectly clean and totally, completely dry. Any moisture is the enemy here. Oh, and always use a clean spoon when you dip in. keep it in the fridge, and you'll be golden. And if you follow those rules, this jar of deliciousness will keep in your fridge for up to 3 months. Isn't that amazing? And honestly, the flavor just gets deeper and even better over time. So how do you enjoy it? Well, the most classic, perfect way is with a simple bowl of hot, fluffy, steamed rice. Just a spoonful of this pickle can turn the simplest meal into something so satisfying. Thank you so much for cooking along with me today. If you had fun making this Burmese pickle, it would mean the world to me if you'd subscribe to the channel, give this explainer a like, and let me know what you thought in the comments. Which brings me to one last question for you. This recipe is so incredibly versatile, so I'm dying to know, what vegetables are you going to put in your pickle? I seriously can't wait to see all your creative ideas down below.